시작했으며 베이징과 홍콩 등 세계 주요 도시에서 열리고 있습니다.
This Saturday, a space-out competition will open at Haeundae Beach. 70 teams have been chosen from more than 1,000 applicant teams, including various participants such as high school seniors. Since it started in Seoul in 2014, the space-out competition has opened in major cities around the world, including Beijing and Hong Kong.
제19회 반딧불이 축제가 다음 달 10일 평화공원과 이기대 큰고개 쉼터에서 열립니다. 올해는 친환경을 주제로 4개 분야 37개의 프로그램으로 구성되며 반딧불이 탐방과 반딧숲 음악회도 함께 열립니다. 반딧불이 탐방 사전 접수는 5월 29일부터 6월 2일까지 남구청 홈페이지를 통해 가능합니다.
The 19th Firefly Festival will open at the Peace Park in Igide on the 10th of next month. This year, the festival will include 37 programs in 4 categories under a green theme. There will also be a Firefly tour and a Firefly Forest concert. Early registration for the Firefly tour will be available from May 29th until June 2nd on the website of the Namgu District Office.
날씨입니다. 부산 지방 내일 새벽부터 비가 내리겠고 내일 아침 기온 19도, 낮 기온은 23도로 예상됩니다. 부산의 현재 기온은 21도입니다.
Rain is forecast in Busan from the early hours of tomorrow. Expect a morning low of 19 degrees Celsius tomorrow with afternoon highs of 23 degrees Celsius. Temperatures are currently averaging at 21 degrees Celsius. It's time to wrap up this hour's news. I'm Christino.
유아립이었습니다.
Thank you for joining. You're listening to BFM 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM Busan 영어방송.
9년 전 한국에서의 새로운 출발을 위해 부산을 처음 찾은 프랭크. 부산의 자연과 사람, 부산에서 누리는 모든 것을 사랑하는 그는 부산의 변함없는 한대에 늘 감탄합니다.
I think that Busan people are actually very, very kind and very welcoming. If I seemed a little lost, there was always someone that was there to ask me if I needed help. They're more seriously friendly than it's very serious. I very seriously want to help you.
부산의 한결같은 모습도 늘 감동을 주지만 이제는 부산의 미래를 꿈꾸며 2030년 부산의 새로운 도약을 기대합니다.
Busan people are very proud of their city. They want to share the city with everyone. If we get the World Expo, it'll really put Busan on a global map.
세계 박람회가 어울리는 도시, 미래를 향한 힘찬 도약. 부산에서 출발한 파도는 이미 세계를 향해 뻗어나가고 있습니다. 2030 부산 세계 박람회. 부산이 시작하고 대한민국이 함께 이뤄갑니다. 이 캠페인은 지역과 함께하는 든든한 동반자 BNK 부산은행과 함께합니다.
Coming up next is Inside Out Busan with Laura McLucky and Minsu Shin. BFM 부산 영어 방송.
Hello, good evening and welcome to another Thursday here at Inside Out Busan. Today is National Missing Children's Day. 세계 실종 아동의 날인데요.
네, 맞습니다. And a very alarming fact I want to share with you and our listeners. A child is said to go missing every 30 minutes.
And, you know, as parents ourselves, for their parents, it's an everyday struggle, you know? So we should express gratitude to those who have struggled to find those missing children.
맞습니다. This reminds us that, you know, there are still many kids out there waiting to be found. I hope that we as a society can join hands in making sure they are found.
Watching from the windows, all those years outside looking in, all that time suddenly I see standing here. It's oh so clear. I'm where I'm meant to be. And at last I see the light. And it's like the fog has lifted. And at last I see the light. And it's like the sky is new. And it's warm and real and bright. And the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything looks different now that I see you.
All those days chasing down a daydream. All those years living in a blur. All that time never truly seeing things the way they were. Now she's here shining in the starlight. Now she's here, suddenly I know. If she's here, it's crystal clear. I'm where I'm meant to go. And at last I see the light. And it's like the fog is lifted. And at last I see the light.
And it's like the sky is new.
And it's warm and real and bright. And the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything is different now that I see you. Now that I see you.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. It is Thursday, the 25th of May. That was Mandy Moore and Zachary Levy. I See the Light.
Yeah, I believe from the Tangled soundtrack, right? Rapunzel. Here in
Rapunzel.
Korea.
Tangled. Tangle,
네.
tangle.
Yeah. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to our program, Inside Busan. That is the name of the game, or the show, I mean.
Show. Yes, 6:13 on the clock.
You are?
Laura McCluckey.
And
And
I am?
you are?
Oh, and I'm Vince Shin.
And you are?
Thank you so much for joining us today. 오늘은 말씀드린 대로 세계 실종 아동의 날입니다. Right? So today is National Missing Children's Day. So, I'm sure many of our listeners know and feel this way. It's up to the families, to keep speaking out on their missing loved ones, to make sure that their children do not get forgotten, by the public.
Yeah. Thankfully, of course, more helping hands are, coming into the mix every single day. They're starting to reach out from different parts of society. And the Korea Post began the Hope Tape project that started in 2020. And this prints out pictures, and I love this. It prints out pictures and information of 28 long-term missing children on rolls of packing tape that is used to wrap parcels.
Yeah, because you use it often,
Yeah.
you see it often, right?
Yeah.
So that means you're reminded often. Kind of like I think it started. I don't know where exactly it started, but it was big in America. Having pictures of missing children on milk cartons.
Yeah.
Right.
Do they still do that?
I think they still do. Yeah, a couple of years I went back. I would go to like a small grocery store, and they have those that information on the cartons.
Yeah.
A well-known snack manufacturer also has been printing information about long-term missing children on every package of their popular snacks since 2016. So this is another way big companies are doing what they can to find those missing children. 생활 밀착형 미아찾기 운동입니다, 이게. So this kinds of effort actually helped unite a family that's been separated for 52 years. They finally found each other back in 2017 because of this.
It just blows my mind. This is something, it's my worst nightmare. 100% worst nightmare.
맞아요.
But they also started advertising about long-term missing children or child at the subway stations. So they took it from this idea from the K-pop stars' happy birthday adverts on subways. Remember those? And they're using it as a method of attracting people's attention to the adverts. So just, even maybe 2 days ago on my social media feed, someone was saying, please share this post. It's my friend who lives in Gumi. Our daughter is missing. And so we just need to share those posts as much as possible and just bring these missing children back home.
맞아요. As you said, it's something that's unimaginable for you, right? As a parent, same here. I cannot even comprehend going through something like having, a family member or your child missing.
Yeah.
But that unimaginable thing is happening to many, many families out there, not only here in Korea, but around the world, right? So I do hope that this is a call for just society as a whole, to do what we can. It seems like there's a lot of organizations and companies putting in their effort and part to help find missing children. And this is something I think we as a society needs to help out with.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Bring those babies home. Anyway, that's what's going on today in terms of national news.
Yes.
Or, is this international news? I'm not sure. I
well-
think they have lots of different national days that coincide and some that don't coincide.
Well, the Korean says 세계 실종 아동의 날, so World Missing Children's Day. Also, that is celebrated, not celebrated, recognized here in Korea.
yeah.
So, so that's the day today, listeners, and hopefully this is, serves as an eye opener for
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's keep going. We've got lots for you today. As always, up next, we've got some more news with Christine. Yes, indeedy. It's time for News Bites. Christine's here in the studio. Hi, Christine.
Hello.
Hi. And the art is back. Can you make out what mine is?
You got a Nuri hole.
I got a little rocket blasting off.
And I got a cat that is also a mountain.
A mountain cat.
A mountain cat.
Would you look at that?
A mountain cat.
Yeah.
Kind of like a wild cat, I see.
Yeah.
What did our producer get?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I ran out of
She
time.
got an invisible man.
Actually, all the cat ones are for our producer, but I ran out of time. I'm sorry.
This is
Oh,
for you.
Laura, that means you
Give me
get
this
the invisible
I
Mona
get the
Lisa.
invisible man.
No, you get the invisible. It's the Mona Lisa
I
on
love
there.
it.
It's just invisible.
I love
See
it.
through, right?
It's beautiful.
All right, Christine. News bites. You're not here for the art. You're here for the news. So with Nuri Ho, very well drawn on my script. Let's start off with that.
Yeah, so aerospace engineers fixed the computer glitch last night.
Nice.
South Korea will soon be launching the homegrown space rocket Nuri from the Naro Space Center in Goheul.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
In
Laura, you
T-minus
can open
what?
it up.
Okay,
Like
where
minutes?
can I find this information?
I texted it into BFM Kakao.
진짜?
Quick, press the button.
Okay, I got it. Just so 급해.
You can watch it live online.
There we go.
So it's happening at 6:24 p.m.
So we got 5 minutes left.
We have 5
5분만
minutes
남았습니다,
left.
여러분.
Wow, there's a lot of people in the chat for this.
Oh, it's exciting! Look at that!
Yeah, and it shows like different angles. There are different broadcasters that are streaming it live right now.
Yeah,
That's
very
so
exciting.
Do you know what? I will post this link in our Inside Out YouTube chat box.
Yeah. Is it?
So
But
everybody
folks,
can
you
click
have
on
to
it.
keep both windows open. All right, do not
Yeah,
close the
don't
windows
close
at
ours.
Busan
Don't close ours.
YouTube broadcast. But yeah, fill us in on like any updates, towards the launch that's going to happen very soon.
Yeah, so yesterday the launch committee called it off because we talked about a communication problem between the control computer for the launch and then also the pad facility control computer as well. But despite the cancellation, it looks like the rocket stayed erected on the launch pad and it's ready to go. The Science Ministry and KARI, the Korea Aerospace Research Institute, said no technical problems have been detected. Weather is good. All payload satellites are in good condition. This is a 2 trillion won project that started in 2010. It's going to
Wowza.
continue for another 4 years until 2027. There's going to be 6 launches in total, and this is the 3rd, so we have 3 more after this one.
Yeah. Well,
That's
could
so
you
cool.
remind us of the mission then of this 3rd launch?
Yeah, so they're going to be carrying 8 payload satellites, and this includes the 2nd next generation small satellite named NextSat-2, and also they're going to be releasing them in 20-second intervals starting from 13 minutes after the liftoff.
Very exciting. So if you clicked on that link that Laura sent you, well, listeners and watchers on our YouTube, you could probably see the smoke coming out right on
Yeah.
the side of the rocket, getting ready to blast off. Very exciting.
So exciting. I don't even want to work now. I just want to watch this. Okay,
well,
so
Christine did work hard to prepare a script.
I know, but it's so exciting.
Sorry
I'm
for the
very
distractions.
distracted now.
So a warning, Christine, while you're delivering the rest of the news, we might interject and say blast off. All right?
That's
I might
okay.
yell that.
That's okay. I'll start saying woo.
Yeah.
All right, what's
So we got
next?
up here.
Let's talk about a special bill for 전세 fraud victims. We did talk about this earlier this week. The revision was approved through a 243-5 vote, so most people were in favor. It looks like the rival parties came together and agreed to provide support measures for victims of a series of massive frauds we've been seeing. Now, 전세, this is a special type of system in South Korea. Tenants give their landlord a large upfront deposit instead of paying their monthly rent. And then the landlord gets interest off of the deposit and gives the deposit back at the end of the lease.
So this is a big story. It's been going on for a long time. Can you highlight some of the legislation in this bill?
Yeah, so under the bill, the government will provide interest-free loans for victims to up to 10 years, no interest whatsoever, for a portion of their deposits, and the deposit loan ceiling is 55 million won for homes in Seoul. It's a little bit different for other parts of the country, but that's around how much they can loan with no interest. And then there's also low interest of 1.2 to up to 2.1% for amounts that exceed that limit. So you can still get loans for a small interest.
And can any fraud victim apply for these benefits?
It's for people with deposits under 500 million won.
Okay.
And also tenants who live in purchases that are considered gap investment, like I think it's called like 깡통 전세 or something like that. They are covered by the bill. This means their deposit is around 80, maybe even 90% of the property's actual value, so very high. And the bill also includes reducing local taxes for victimized tenants who when they purchase homes. And also, it's expected to take effect as early as next month, so
Wow.
only a few days away.
I mean, they really pushed that through quick, didn't
Yeah. I mean, because we've seen the worst thing that could happen out of a scam like this,
Yep.
people deciding to, end their own lives because of the stress and anxiety and just the hardships that came with the scam. So
Yeah.
I'm glad, the Parliament has, very quickly passed this new special bill.
Yeah. I just want to give you an update. We've got about 20 seconds apparently until this rocket is supposed to launch, 6:24 p.m. It is Thursday, the 25th of May, and this is Nuri number 3. Right?
Third launch, yeah,
Third
that's right.
launch, right?
Yeah. Okay, so it's the third launch.
Ooh,
we can see
it's
the smoke
blasting
coming
off.
out. The blast off is going.
The fire,
It's
oh my
getting
It is
ready to
taking
go.
goodness.
That's so
off.
cool.
That's
Oh my
so
goodness.
crazy.
Oh, that is huge.
대한민국 화이팅!
Wow.
It's going.
Oh, this is so exciting. It's been a while since I've seen a live launch.
It's going straight
So-
up.
It's going straight up. It's going good.
You know, they're launching 8 satellites, and the first one is within 13 minutes. So that's going to be around 6:37-ish.
Yeah.
If there was any birds on that launch pad, they are no longer.
If there were birds
no.
under
If there
that
were
launch
birds
pad,
there.
they
I
are
saw a couple of birds flying
tasty
past
birds now, right?
before that. Oh, it looks good.
Yeah.
만세!
Yeah.
Look at all
Very
these comments.
exciting.
대한민국 만세! 성공!
You know that's not our 방송.
I know that's not our 방송. I know.
Are you promoting someone else's 방송 right now?
I'm promoting 대한민국 만세.
Oh, yeah. 대한민국
그거는 괜찮아요.
만세.
그거는 괜찮아요. Well, let's wait for updates. You know, if the payload, right? You said 13
Yeah.
minutes in, right? Payload does get released. Let's get on to the next news, though.
Yeah. Let's quickly talk about an amendment to the National Assembly Act.
Somewhat very anticlimactic for some reason, right?
It's up and now we're just like, okay, next
Yeah,
news.
we'll find out more in the coming hour or so, right? In the minutes, hours. So there is a new revision to the National Assembly Act that requires incoming lawmakers to report any kind of digital asset to the Ethics Review Committee, regardless of how much they have. Even if they have one, they have to report it. And this is, of course, because of something that happened recently. There's been controversy over lawmaker Kim Nam-guk, who had a large amount of cryptocurrency despite his image, and it's kind of spread to suspicions of, you know, legal lobbying and morality of lawmakers. So in line with this change, all current lawmakers are required to voluntarily report their virtual assets by late June. And it also requires lawmakers or high-ranking government officials to register all of their amounts, but also restricts the possession of virtual assets for public officials themselves.
Okay. Because cryptocurrency, you know, somebody painted a picture for me the other day because I was like, I still can't grasp like how valuable cryptocurrency is. So they showed me a picture of this guy holding a box of pizza and with a sign saying, I bought this pizza for like 100, some kind of coins, cryptocurrency coins. And that 100 coins is today worth over $250 million.
Wow.
Right? So I was like, this dude just bought a whole pizza for $250 million. I mean, if you were to compare it to, you know, today's times. So that just goes to show you just how crazy and how valuable cryptocurrency is. And I think that is something, yes, we do. If you are especially a politician, need to be transparent with,
Yeah.
right? With the people you're working alongside with and the public.
That makes sense.
Yeah. We have time for one more bit of news.
Yeah, let's talk about the South Korean team in the Fukushima nuclear power plant. They finished their 2-day on-site facility inspection of the plant itself, and they held a briefing, and they're currently on their 6-day visit to Japan to see if it is in fact safe for them to release this treated water from the crippled plant into the ocean.
So this, again, another big story we've been following for a while. Now the team actually went there. How did the facility inspection go?
So after the inspection yesterday, the head of the team told reporters that they will likely make progress in terms of assessing the safety. In particular, this is Yu Kuk-hee of the Nuclear Safety and Security Commission. He is the chairperson there. He said that we examined all facilities we wanted to see, but we need to engage in additional analysis of their function and role. He didn't say whether the findings were enough to reach a conclusion, but the team apparently closely examined the blocking valves that are used when something like an anomaly is found before the ALPS treatment, which is a purification system that they use there. And the team also received data on the nuclide concentration levels in the radioactive water before and after the treatment is applied to the water.
So did they collect samples of the treated water?
Yeah, so the water itself, that was a big question. They were not able to independently collect water samples, but they did earlier get samples from the International Atomic Energy Agency. And South Korean government, he didn't say if they will be able to disclose the safety assessment of this team before we see a report from the IAEA, because that report is expected next month. So he hasn't commented on that. We're not sure if South Korea will act after the report is released. Now, there have been people concerns over the limited role of this recent visit. They've downplayed it as just a formality. Maybe it's not sufficient enough to verify the safety of the whole discharge process. And regarding that, Foreign Minister Park Jin also dismissed these criticisms today, saying that experts are thoroughly examining the facilities and addressing all issues of concern with Japanese authorities and obtaining scientific data.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I do hope for many, many, many more of these types of inspections before the contaminated water is actually released, right? Because I hope they triple, quadruple check as much as they can.
Yeah. The release is currently planned for the summer. I'm guessing after the final report comes out.
Yeah.
But hopefully we have some more conclusive data on the whole process.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, that'll do it for today's News Bites. A historic News Bites at that.
Yes.
With the third launch of Nuri. Christine, we are happy to share this moment with you.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Christine.
All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Okay, Christine?
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, let's have a song. This is The Bare Necessities by Kermit Ruffins.
Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessity of Mother Nature's recipe that brings the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. The bees are buzzing in the trees to make some honey just for me. You look under the rocks and plants and take a glance at them fancy ants and baby, try a few. The bare necessities of life will come to you. Looking for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. La-dee-da. I mean the bare necessities. That's why a bear can rest at ease with just the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. La-da-dee-da. The bees are buzzing in the trees. Make some honey just for me. You look under the rocks and plants and take a glance. Fancy ants, maybe try yourself a few. The bare necessities of life will come to you. Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities. That's why a bear can rest at ease with just the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, whenever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. The bees are buzzing in the trees to make some honey just for me. When you look under the rocks and plants and take a glance at the fancy ants, and maybe try a few. Try one. The bare necessities of life. They'll come to you. They have come to you. Bare necessities of life. Ta-da!
Ta-da! Welcome back.
Oh, I love the Jungle Book.
Ta-da!
That's my second favorite song from the
That was
movie.
Bill Murray, right? Who sang that song? Yeah?
Bill Murray. Oh,
Love
nice.
Bill Murray, one of my favorite actors.
But my favorite song has to be you, I wanna be like you, Papa Doody Doody. I wanna walk like you, talk like you. That's the orangutan king singing it, right?
It's true. Scooby-Doo. An ape
맞아.
like me.
Oh,
Scooby-Doo.
I love watching Jungle Book with my brother when we were young.
Yeah.
We so the cassette tape, the film would be like stretched out because we would watch it so much. So
Me too.
some parts would go like they'd be talking normally. Because we watch it so
My
much.
favorite was the elephant song.
Oh, what was that one?
1, 2, 3, 4. Keep it up. 2,
Oh,
3,
맞다. 그것도
4.
재밌었다. Yeah. Oh, I don't remember that one though.
Anyway. 6:34, we're way over time. Let's get to it.
Yes.
Weather. It's 20 degrees Celsius, morning lows of 17, afternoon highs of 22 tomorrow. Weather conditions in Gohung in Jeolla province. Mostly sunny skies there. Sunny today, but tomorrow looks to be a wet one with passing rain in the forecast for most inland areas. 5 to 20 millimeters expected, so it's an umbrella day tomorrow. 누리호가
잘
lift off.
발사했잖아요.
I don't know how you say lift off in Korean.
발사.
발사
네.
했습니다.
그래서 고흥 날씨
네.
그리고 좋았잖아요 오늘.
좋았어요. 근데 내일
다행입니다.
부산은 5에서 20mm 비가 오겠습니다.
Well, I'm glad it didn't rain tomorrow. It didn't rain today, right?
I'm glad it didn't rain tomorrow. You see the future?
I already experienced the future,
I see.
and I'm back.
I see.
On to our traffic, we have congestion on Byeonglo from Kusa Interchange going towards Kumjang Police Station. Also on Jungangdaero from Yangjang Junction going towards Busan City Hall. Slow-moving traffic on Gayadaero from Daegum Junction going towards Dongide Ogui Junction. Everybody.
Drive safe.
네.
All right, let's keep it moving. IOB's 5분 상식. It's time for IOB's 5분 상식, getting you in the know. Some of the most trending, useful, and need-to-know words and expressions in the world. 5분만 들으면 유식해지는 시간이죠.
네, 오늘의 5분 상식에는요. 최근 미국에서 자주 일어나는 스매시 앤 그랩, 스매시 앤 그랩에 대해
What?
알아보도록 하겠습니다. What was that noise? Oh, who are you?
Hey, you! Hand over everything you got.
Well. This is a convenience store. How can I help you, sir?
Why aren't you freaking out? You know, I was actually part of a trio that allegedly smashed and grabbed a gas station yesterday. I heard this store has more cash. Give it all to me.
Well. You're the one who's been involved in these smash and grab incidents. 제발로 이곳에 오다니. How nice of you to come today.
So, do you have rocks in your head? I got a hammer here. Aren't you afraid of me, huh?
Well. Let me show you something. Have you seen this?
You're police officer Shin? 경찰관이라고? I can't believe it. There's no reason why a police officer would work in a convenience store. That's ridiculous.
Well. I'm actually working here as a side job. 여기서 투잡 중이었거든. 오늘 너의 재산 날이야. Don't you move. If you move, I'm gonna smash you. Got it?
Oh no! Oh rats!
Welly.
Our 작가님 was really 꽂혔어 on that well. 네, smash and grab. That was what was going on in that little 꽁트 we had.
Not really. There was no urgency from this thief. He was
Yeah.
like, hey, I got a hammer here.
I know. It's like, yes, this is my day, right? As a 경찰관. So let's fill our listeners in. What is smash and grab?
Smash and grab in the US refers to a criminal act characterized by a robber who talks like this, or maybe not, wearing a mask, who swiftly breaks in. It's very specific. Do they have to wear a mask? I don't think they have to wear a mask. Anyway, they break into a business, gas station or convenience store, etc., jewelry stores, ATM machines, and basically they smash around, they forcefully enter the establishment, they break windows or doors maybe, and they grab money and valuable items. So they smash everything up and then they grab the goods and run.
Yeah, I've seen like clips of some like really like veteran robbers. It seems like because they would come in like gear like baklavas and like ski masks that they make sure, of course, none of their identity would be exposed.
Yeah.
And then there's like some robbers where they come in, even though they have masks on, the clerk would be like, "Brad, is that you? That's you, Brad."
No, it ain't me. It ain't me.
So, a wave of smash and grab crimes has been plaguing upscale stores in major U.S. cities right now. So, why are some of these cities facing a spree of smash and grab crimes right now?
Well, I mean, like you said, a lot of these thieves wear masks, wear hoods, so it's really difficult to identify even if they do get spotted on security cameras. So police in LA and San Francisco have made some arrests, but thieves often face few consequences. So there's a lack of resources in law enforcement, which means these cases are sometimes put on the back burner, which kind of empowers these thieves to go and do it. And, people are looking to make a quick buck, I guess.
It's unfortunate, right? There's more news of these smash and grab crimes because the city that I grew up in back in California, Oakland, not the nicest of cities, right?
That explains you.
So a lot of the stores you go into, the clerk would be behind like a thick plastic kind of window, right? And then I go back past a couple of years ago, and they just got rid of the windows. Everything's all nice and stuff, gentrification, everything. So it's kind of concerning that things are
It's on the up and up.
going back to the way they were. Right?
If you've ever been to King Crab Buffet, that's like a smash and grab.
King Crab Buffet.
Yeah. Everyone's going nuts. Everyone is going nuts. Smash and grab.
Smash and grab the crab legs, you mean, right?
Elbows everywhere.
That's the kind of smash and grab I can get behind. But I don't know about these
Not the other
ones.
one. Yeah.
네, smash and grab. Smash and grab. 가게 창문이나 진열장 등 부수고 침입해 순식간에 물건들을 훔쳐가는 절도 행위를 말하는 겁니다. 오늘의 5분 상식이었습니다. 입사 축하하네, 김사원. 각오 한마디 들어볼까?
월급 받는 만큼 일하겠습니다.
그렇지.
좋은 아침입니다, 부장님. 일찍 오셨네요. 왜 멍하니 계십니까? 무슨 생각하세요?
퇴사 생각.
저도 출근하면서 퇴근 생각했습니다. 당당한 내가 되는 시간.
Inside Out Busan.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time for Busan Weekly. Annie's in the studio. Hi, Annie. Hello.
Hi, Annie. And we want to make a correction to our listeners. I mentioned...
You want to make a correction.
I said ski masks, referring to them as baklavas, but Annie had filled me in that is the wrong word.
I was
It's
dying listening to that.
balaclava is the word that
Balaclava.
I was looking for. Baklava is supposedly a pastry dessert from
It's dessert.
Yeah.
From
Greece? Turkey?
somewhere.
somewhere there,
Yeah.
right?
European dessert.
Very different things, but sound very much alike. Baklava, balaclava,
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
right?
But you are a native English speaker, right?
Hey, it's not English, all right? Give me a break. Give me a break.
get into the
Anyways,
news.
Busan Weekly, Annie. Do it. Do it now.
All right, well, let's get a little serious for the first one here.
Yes.
The Brothers Welfare Center victims, and there's been a bit of updates on the support that they'll be receiving.
Okay.
So on the 22nd, Mayor Park Kyung-jun sat down with the victims of the Brothers Welfare Center in a meeting to hear about their difficulties and further pledged that the city would expand support for the victims in more tangible ways. So at the meeting, the city said that it felt strongly about more responsibility for all of the gross human rights violations that were caused by the government in the past. And for those that may be unfamiliar with this case, this is in reference to the so-called welfare center that existed in Busan in the 70s and 80s, where the authorities detained the homeless as well as just average citizens under the pretense of cleaning up the streets.
Yeah.
And of course, the victims endured extreme violation of their human rights.
Yeah, this incident, often referred to as like the biggest stain when it comes to modern history of not only Busan, of Korea, right? So what has the city promised to the victims?
Right. So first, the city will refer to similar cases, such as the Seongam Academy victims case that occurred over in Gyeonggi, to work out a fair amount of compensation and also a monthly financial support system financially, and will reflect that into the 2024 budget plans. The city has, however, limited the compensations to the victims who currently live here in Busan, which comes to about 350 people. And then next, the city said that it will expand the medical stipends for the victims and add additional hospitals where they can get care, and they will also hire more professionals. And lastly, the city will reinforce the psychological counseling programs by, again, hiring additional medical professionals to guarantee more of a higher level of care.
Yeah.
Such a heavy story.
It is, but it's good news that the city has, decided to continue to provide support
Right,
to
yeah.
these
Recognizing it.
victims,
Yeah.
right? We were talking a lot about how society should never forget people that are lost, maybe, separated from their families. Even people like this had to go through
Yeah.
all the hardships that they did. So heavy news, but also, good news, if we could see it at that.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, what's next?
All right, some beach updates. So the first bit of news is that on the 22nd, the Haeundae-gu district office announced that after a bit of negotiation with the military, Songjeong's surfing area will be open this year to its biggest size yet.
Yay!
Oh, because we were talking about, that's where the surfing competition's supposed to be. If they, make it small,
Yeah.
you know what's going to happen? And they decided to, okay, you could have everything.
Yeah. So it's basically, for those who may have missed out on that story, the Army's 53rd Infantry Division owns a part of the Songjeong Beach, and they would be taking it back, which would then reduce the size of the surfing area by half. But the head of the Haeundae district, Kim Song-soo, met with the military as well as the local parasol rental companies to discuss this issue, and both parties actually decided to give way to the surfing community as well as beachgoers, which will allow Songjeong to continue its reputation as surfing mecca of Busan. So as a result, surfers will be able to use 250 meters of the beach, which is, as I said, the largest area yet, and 10 meters longer than last year.
Yeah.
Of course, this is a very welcome decision by the surfing community, and they thanked all those involved.
Awesome.
Nice.
It worked out.
Yeah.
We're a little
I'm
concerned.
glad because that is like the place for surfing. Could you imagine if they'd half the size of it and really gone through with like half in the size of that? That
Yeah.
would have been a
They're
disaster
crashing
for
into each
summer.
other.
It would have
Yeah.
been a huge loss, I think, for just like Songjeong tourism in
For
general.
Busan, you
Yeah,
know?
that too.
too.
Yeah, well, speaking of beaches, Busan City also held a 2023 beach management presentation at the City Hall on the 23rd. So with all of the COVID restrictions lifted now, the city is expecting a higher than usual volume of visitors. And so they held the meeting to ensure that all are prepared for the pending influx of beachgoers. They talked about safety measures, so like water safety and traffic, about the facilities, the showers and the bathrooms, and also the hospitality industry. And they have also prepared many events to take place this summer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good times that we're going to have during the summer season.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
so-
what is the city getting ready for?
Right. The city is preparing a variety of beach programs this summer, such as multiple oceanside healing programs. It's always nice. Maybe some yoga there, maybe, Laura.
I may or may not be involved.
Okay.
Is this you pulling your plug right now?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's also, as I mentioned, the 멍때리기 competition, or the spacing out competition over at Haeundae this weekend, I believe, as well as the usual favorites, the fountain show over at Dadepo and the drone show at Gwangalli.
Yes.
Also, worthy of note this year is that Haeundae and Songjeong beaches will partially open on June 1st, and then the rest of the beaches officially open on July 1st, and they'll all be open until August 31st.
Nice.
This is, to me, the official start of summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the
Always.
beach is open.
Yeah.
Right? Good news for all beach goers and those that maybe haven't been able to go the past couple of years because of the pandemic. Don't go too willy-nilly now. All right.
Willy-nilly.
What's next?
All right, I'm really taking you guys on an emotional roller coaster,
Yeah.
but the next one is about Milak Waterfront Park. They are planning to ban drinking, alcoholic drinking, not like non-alcoholic. So yesterday, the Suyeonggu District Office announced that the Millak Waterfront Park or 수변공원 will become an alcohol beverage prohibited area or 금주구역 due to the persistent issues with reckless drinking in the area. So this restriction goes into effect on the 1st of July when the rest of the beach is open. And if you do get caught drinking in the area, each person will be fined 50,000 won.
Yeah.
If you taken a stroll through Milak Waterfront Park, during the daytime, you get this whiff of this pungent smell.
Yeah.
And I heard, a couple people that volunteered to clean up that place, that area, talking, and they always say this smell doesn't come from, let's say, like leftover food or like the trash can. It's the many, many, many bottles of beer and alcohol cans that the smell is created
just
from,
festers
right?
in the heat. Yeah, so as you mentioned, the biggest issue with drinking in this area is not the drinking itself, but it's been the alarming amount of littering each night, even weekdays, especially in the summer when outdoor activities are increased. So it would often be littered with bottles and cans, takeout food packaging, and if you go there, there's that like silver mat. They're everywhere.
Yes.
So a district official said that they will work to create various different contents around this area and then kind of make it more of a family-friendly cultural area going forward.
I'm for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Safer.
Because
Safer.
right next to the waterfront park, I think it's like there's this like water park for kids. So it's not like it's a big clash. When you
And
have like
also, it's just not safe. If
Yeah.
you're drinking down there, you might get the inclination to be silly and go into the water.
맞아요.
It's just
It's
not
slippery
safe.
there too.
yeah. I'm completely for this. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. What's next?
All right. A bit of fun news, I guess. 방천동, which is over in Namcheondong, the alley is to become a drama series.
Oh.
So on the 23rd, the Busan Film Commission revealed the 3 selected works for their web drama series. There are 3 different ones, including one that talks about the stories behind Namcheondong's popular bakery area, Bangcheondong. So this one is called Sugar Blues, also Sugar Blues in Korean, and it's directed by Chung Sung-wook, which deals all about this bakery alley. And the judges applauded the originality of this topic, which centers around desserts.
Cool.
One of my favorite places to
Yeah.
visit.
I'm wondering
Desserts,
how they're going to do it.
I'm in. I don't know. Something
Dramatic.
fun and sweet
Yeah.
I just want like an up-close process of how they make bread.
with custard
Yum.
and jam.
So that's one of the
3.
works in total 3, right? What's the other 2?
Right. The other 2 works are called 위기의 협상가, which roughly translates to negotiator in crisis. And this is directed by 오인천님. And then the other one is 오늘부터 1일. You guys can help me with this one. I put day 1 of dating.
That is
hard to
the
Day one from today. From today, it's day one.
direct translation of
We're
it.
dating now. Well, this is directed by Kim Young-soo-nim, and both of these were selected for their high-quality storylines as well as their diverse characters. And all 3 of these will complete filming within this year, and so they'll release further info, following further scheduling and how it works out. So we'll have to wait.
Well, if any of the creators are listening and you need extras, like in the background of a bakery to be munching on
Eat the dessert.
the
I'm
dessert
really
and
good at
food, we here at Inside Out Busan, as well as Annie, we are very much open to be extras in the
Yeah.
background, right?
We
불러주세요.
often eat donuts in the studio, right?
Yeah, right. So we're very experienced.
Yeah.
We'll make it look very natural.
Yeah.
Let's finish things off with a couple events.
Yep, it's a busy weekend actually. So there is the World Climate Industry Expo that actually began today, the 25th, when will run to the 27th over at Mexico. The theme is Rising Above the Climate Crisis Toward Sustainable Prosperity. There's various talks and events going on over there, but notably, the closing ceremony will be the K-pop Dream concert, which is not at Mexico. It's taking place over at the Asiad Main Stadium, and that's Saturday evening.
Exciting.
So you do need tickets for that. I believe it's 20,000 won, 2 per person. You can find those tickets over at dreamconcert.kr, and then information about the expo itself, because this is also very important.
Yeah.
You can find that at wce.or.kr.
Nice.
I have a friend from Seoul who's down representing the New York Times for this
wow.
event,
Ooh.
and he's like, "Let's meet," and I was like, "Let's meet." And he's like, yeah, but I got to go to this K-pop concert. I was like, yeah, maybe let's meet a different day then. Okay, what's next?
Right, we have the Busan Port Festival, Busan 항축제. So that's the 27th and the 28th, Saturday and Sunday. It's taking place over at the Busan Port International Ferry Terminal, as well as Yeongdo.
Balaclava.
We're on the same level here.
Yep.
They got a lot going on. You can take a boat tour. There's drone shows and fireworks, a concert. And some of the events do require registration, which you can do so over at bfo.or.kr.
Yeah.
Nice.
One more I have for you is the Gwangalli Mjeon Light Show. I know it happens every weekend.
Yes.
But this weekend on the 27th at 8 p.m., they are having a special performance.
Oh, only at 8 p.m., right?
Yes, only once. They are bringing out all the stops, 1,500 drones, and they're going to perform 5 of their best arrangements to date that was collected through a poll, I believe.
Is this because it's Buddha's birthday?
I think just with the timing of the weekend, it
Yeah.
being everybody having it off, might
It's
as
a long
well.
weekend for some.
Yeah. So I do hope one of the best ones that I've seen. I saw the one when the drones, they formed a Cupid's arrow and
they
with a
shot
heart,
it.
and it would shoot the arrow and then it would hit the heart. But what was amazing, like you would see like debris kind of behind the heart kind of flying off. So detailed. So detailed when it comes to drone shows.
Really
I hope
selling
they
it
do
for
the
me.
Halloween one.
Oh, the
I
Halloween
don't think
was
they
good.
will.
Yeah.
But I wish
So, but you got to go to see it. I don't think they've announced which ones they're going to do.
Yeah, no, they haven't.
they would. Go check it out.
Exciting. Annie, that'll do it for today's Busan Weekly. You go enjoy some baklava while wearing a balaclava.
Yeah.
That's
I did it
scary.
right, right?
Okay.
Weird. You did
I'll
do
do
it.
it.
You did do it right, but I don't
Pat
know
on
why
the
you
back.
did it. But also, you're going to be with us from next season, which starts next week.
맞아요.
Giving us some news bites. We will
Every
see you every day.
That we'll
Yes,
see
I am
Annie.
now a daily occurrence.
We're sorry in
Very-
advance.
And very excited we are.
We're excited for you to be here, but we're sorry in advance.
In advance.
I'm not sorry.
We apologize.
I'm happy.
Anywho, Annie, we'll see you next week. Until then, have a lovely weekend.
Bye. You
And
too.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, we will be back very soon. Don't go anywhere.
Don't move.
This is Fun, Fun, Fun by the Beach Boys. We'll see you in the second half at 7 o'clock.
Well, she got her daddy's car and she cruised through the hamburger stand now. Seems she forgot all about the library like she told her old man now. And with the radio blasting goes cruising just as fast as she can now. And she'll have fun, fun, fun till her daddy takes the T-bird away. Fun, fun, fun till her daddy takes the T-bird away. Well, the girls can't stand her 'cause she walks, looks and drives like an ace. You walk like an ace now, you walk like an ace. She makes the Indy 500 look like a Roman chariot race. You look like an ace now, you look like an ace. A lot of guys try to catch her, but she leads them on a wild goose chase. You drive like an ace now, you drive like an ace. And she'll have fun, fun, fun till her daddy takes the T-bird away. Fun, fun, fun till her daddy takes the T-bird away. Well, you knew all along that your dad was getting wise to you now. And now you're shooting the line. And since he took your set of keys, you've been thinking that your fun is all through. You're shooting the line, now you're shooting the line. But you can come along with me, 'cause we got a lot of things to do now. Now you're shooting the line. And we'll have fun, fun, fun. Now that daddy took the T-bird away. Fun, fun, fun. Now that daddy took the T-bird away. Fun, fun, fun. Now that daddy took the T-bird away. Fun, fun, fun. Now that daddy took the T-bird away.
지그재그로 움직인대.
누가?
척추라인에 맞춰서 움직인대.
누가?
누구긴 누가 N모션 프로지. 척추를 지그재그로 틀어 꾹꾹 눌러주는 움직임. 누가의 시그니처 모션. 누가 베스트 N모션 프로. 가까운 누가페에서 만나요. 의료기기 광고입니다.
Hello, this is Busan Immigration Office. Have you heard of Korea Immigration and Integration Program?
What is the KIIP?
The Korea Immigration and Integration Program, KIIP, is a social integration training program by the Ministry of Justice to help immigrants adjust to life in South Korean society. It helps them develop basic knowledge of the Korean culture, language, and understanding Korean society, among others.
Ah, so is this a Korean language education for foreign nationals?
The KIIP is comprised of not only Korean language and cultural education, but also of programs on understanding Korean society. Immigrants can learn basic knowledge across the entire Korean society through this program.
That's interesting. Are there any other bonuses to completing the KIIP?
There are multiple benefits for those who complete the program, including exemptions from permanent or citizen naturalization tests and bonus points for residence permits.
Well, I'd better hurry up and go sign up. Thanks for the information.
For details, please visit www.socinet.go.kr. This was brought to you by Busan Immigration Office and BFM 부산영어방송.
The time is now 7 o'clock.
꼬리에 꼬리를 무는 품격 있는 토크. 시끄러워 죄송합니다. 로라 민수의 Inside Out Busan.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us here. 7 o'clock on the dot inside out Busan. I'm Laura McCluskey.
And I'm Minsu Shin, our numero dos of our show. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you tuned in during the first hour, congratulations, you get a sticker.
Congratulations. If you didn't,
Power
what?
through the second hour with us.
Yeah,
All right.
please
We'll be
do.
fun. We'll be fun.
Please do. It's time for On the Mic. This is where we send our reporters out into the wild and they interview you, our citizens. So let's see who's on the mic today.
네, 안녕하세요. 올리비아입니다. 오늘은 진지한 준호님을 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 지금 현재 대동대학교 뉴뮤직과에서 보컬 전공하고 있는 30살 배준호라고 합니다. 일반인들을 뽑아서 연예 활동을 지원하는 비영리 연예기획사를 운영하고 있고요. 간간히 부업으로 하고 있지만 중고 전자제품 가게도 운영을 했었습니다. 인문학 강사도 했었고요. 지금 주력으로 하고 있는 거는 대학 생활과 엔터테인먼트 두 가지입니다.
노래를 작사, 작곡 아니면 직접 부르는?
작사, 작곡도 할 수는 있고요. 제가 직접 부르는 거는 좀 잘은 하지 않지만 간간히 하고 있습니다. 사실 특기는 프로듀싱인데요. 제가 아니라 남을 빛나게 해주는 일을 잘한다고 생각을 합니다. 들어오는 건 쉬운데 와서 적응하는 게 조금 난이도가 있어요. 아무도 안 건들기 때문에 환경만 주어지고 스스로 적응을 해서 스스로를 발전시켜 나가야 되기 때문에 지속적인 열정을 필요로 하는 저희의 활동이라서 적응하는 거는 하고 싶은 분들은 완전 행복하게 활동을 하고 계시고 하고 싶은 마음이 적은 분들은 잠깐 왔다가 내가 별로 하고 싶지 않구나를 깨우치고 이제 나가시죠. 지금은 주로 계신 분들이 춤추는 분들이랑 노래 부르시는 분들, 랩하는 분들 주로 계시고 프로듀서도 하실 수 있어요. 노래랑 춤을 못 추는데 이런 문화를 좋아한다 하면은 참여를 해서 같이 하실 수 있어요.
너무 무대 위에 서고 싶고 내 재능을 빛내고 싶은데 그래서 진짜 나는 부산에서 내 재능을 빛내고 싶은데 하시는 분들에게는 너무나도 빛과 같은 존재일 것 같아요.
그런 분들이 실제로 많이 계시고 우리가 좋아하는 것들을 하는 데 있어서 업이 되는데 조건이 굳이 돈이 아니어도 된다는 걸 좀 알리고 싶어요. 뭔가를 하면서 돈을 벌어야 먹고 살잖아요. 그건 어쩔 수 없는 건데 그렇다고 해서 이 꿈을 포기할 필요는 없다는 걸 좀 알리고 싶어요. 같이 할 수 있다는 걸. 자기 만족을 위한 활동이기 때문에
언제쯤 가장 뿌듯하고 내가 정말 이 일을 하기 잘했다라는 생각이 들어요?
원래는 나름대로 유명해졌을 때가 있었거든요. 그때 뿌듯함을 느끼는 줄 알았는데 최근에 바뀐 게 우리 멤버들 중에 10대 중반에 들어와서 20대가 된 친구들이 있어요. 오래된 친구들이 있는데 자기 인생에 큰 영향을 미치는 계기였다, 이 활동이. 그런 이야기를 할 때 내가 어떤 사람의 인생에 깊이 관여를 했구나. 무서우면서 짜릿했어요. 좋은 영향을 미쳤다는 말이었기 때문에 좋았던 기억으로 남아있습니다.
부산에 끼 있는 분들 정말 많죠?
끼 있는 분들 많으시죠. 부산이 많을 수밖에 없는 이유는 하나라고 생각해요. 일단 인구수가 다른 도시에 비해서 많은 편이기 때문에 나이에 불문하고 끼는 분들이 굉장히 많다고 생각합니다. 최연소는 12살까지 받아봤고요. 그리고 최장은 40대까지 있었어요.
극기 넘치는 사람들에 함께 뭔가를 만들어 나간다는 게 보통의 포용력이 아니고서는 너무 힘들 것 같다는 생각이 방금 들었거든요.
팁이 하나 있는데요. 단체를 운영하시는 분들이 몇몇 계실 텐데 누군가를 컨트롤하려고 마음을 먹으면 망합니다. 그 사람 있는 그대로 놔두는 방법을 찾아야지 어떻게 내 입맛대로 이렇게 컨트롤하려고 하는 것 자체가 불가능하기 때문에 그거를 모를 때는 엄청 스트레스를 받았는데 알고 나서는 이 사람을 바꾸지 않고도 내가 활동을 할 수 있는 방법을 찾아야겠다. 그래서 그렇게 몇 가지 기본적인 규칙만 만들어 두고 그 규칙도 안 지켜주는 사람이면 일단 같이 못 가는 거고요. 포용하지 않습니다. 그렇기 때문에 이게 지속이 오래되는 것 같아요.
내공이 진짜 단단한 분이시구나. 앞으로의 계획은요? 어떻게 될까요?
최근 들어서는 큰 꿈을 꾸는 게 내 자신을 옥죄인다는 생각을 하고 나서는 아주 소박하게 내가 행복해하는 것들을 다시 돌이켜보고 그것을 최대한 오랫동안 유지할 수 있는 방법을 찾는 게 목표가 돼가지고 지금 하던 것만 계속하고 새로운 거는 최대한 안 하려고 합니다. 대신에 하던 걸 계속하는 것 중에도 새로움이 있기 때문에 그 속에 새로움을 부각하려고 합니다.
마지막으로 BFM 부산 영어방송 청취자분들에게 한마디 부탁드릴게요.
어떤 분들이 들으실지 모르겠지만 운 좋게 또 제 목소리와 함께 만나신 분들은 또 행운의 주인공들이시니까 행운을 좀 나눠드리겠습니다. 제가 운이 좀 좋아가지고요. 오늘 행운이 가득한 하루가 되시기 바랍니다.
저희가 퇴근길에 방송이 돼요.
네.
내일까지 쓸 수 있게 좀 많이 주시면 안 돼요? 운이요.
운이요?
네.
저도 먹고 살아야죠. 많은 취미 생활들을 정리하는 계기가 있었는데 05 FM 방송도 자아 실현을 위한 취미 생활 중 하나거든요. 취미 생활을 정리하면서 기준이 있었어요. 이걸 했을 때 끝나고 나서 기분이 좋은 것만 남겼거든요. 다 없어지고 이거 하나 남았어요. 051 FM 화이팅을 하고 싶습니다. 051 FM 화이팅! 부산영어방송 화이팅!
화이팅!
네, 어이구 감사합니다. 우리 대표님, our reporter Olivia speaking with Mr. Bae Chun-ho, who does a lot of things, it seems like. Very into his podcast right now. That's why he yelled 051 FM, right?
Yeah.
But he mentioned he is running a nonprofit entertainment agency in which just people, he kind of finds talent and then he kind of sends them out to, do shows and stuff, also doing his own podcast, as he said. So it seems like he has this really big passion of making content, especially when it comes to music.
Yes, and he's he likes to do it, but he says he loves pursuing things that he feels are valuable. He says that's really an important thing.
맞아요.
Even if it's not your actual job, he says you should really grab onto your dreams. Don't give up.
Yeah. And he shared a really, I think, important aspect about his work being a nonprofit agency, right? He said he learned that attempting to control people that, his staff, that people are under, it's not going to help you, right? Because people are also volunteering their time and their efforts into this. You can't have this mindset if, let's say, you're in charge of something, kind of making them do things how you would want them to. You're all in this together, right?
Yeah.
So as long as everybody sticks to the basic rules and have the one main goal, right, focused on, that's when he said individuals' uniqueness and just helping one another can shine very brightly.
Yeah. And he says he wants to just find happiness in the small things. Don't relentlessly pursue grand ambitions.
맞아요.
Be happy in the moment.
Yeah. And we need a lot of that, especially these days, I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much to our reporter Olivia and to our on the mic guest, Mr. Bae Chun-ho. 화이팅입니다.
화이팅, 대표님. 화이팅. I love it.
Yeah.
I love a little story. I do.
We all like stories.
Yeah.
Let's get to a song, though.
Okay. Let's do it.
네.
This is 박재범. I love this song. 좋아.
좋아.
Goes out. Man, you know who you are. Let's go. Check it. Ooh, baby. 너무 좋아서 you're driving me crazy. 네 생각만 해도 기분이 좋아. 기분이 좋아. 기분이 좋아. 나나나나나. 이 느낌. 너만 느끼게 할 수 있는 느낌. 난 죽을 때까지 느끼고 싶어. 내 곁에 있어줘. 아낄 수 있어. 아낄 수 있어. 언제나 너만 바라봐 나도 모르게 지날수록 더 좋아져 난 네가 필요해 매일같이 깨달라고 난 기도해 난 오직 너만이와 행복하게 살 수가 있어 No, no Yeah I'll break it down now Oh, come on, no, no Hey girl, 나와 함께면 하루하루가 너무 특별해 Stay with me forever and ever, baby, please And girl, 우리가 운명 아니어도 난 무조건 너야 You know that I got you, you know that I love you I'll always be with you, baby 언제나 너만 바라봐 나도 모르게 괜히 웃음이 나와 Baby, 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 baby 난 크게 소리 외치고 싶어 좋아 네 모든 것이 좋아 머리부터 발끝까지도 조그만 행동까지 하나하나 다 좋아 네 모든 것이 좋아 너와 함께라면 즐거워 시간이 지날수록 더 좋아져 난 네가 필요해 노래같이 깨달라고 난 기도해 난 오직 너만이와 행복하게 살 수가 있어 난 절대로 떨어지기 싫어 너를 보고 있어도 너무 보고 싶은 걸 No, no, no 내 곁에 항상 있어줘 my girl I want you and I need you Don't ever ever leave my side 좋아 네 모든 것이 좋아 머리부터 발끝까지도 조그만 행동까지 하나하나 다 좋아 네 모든 것이 좋아 너와 함께라면 즐거워 시간이 지날수록 더 좋아져 난 네가 필요해 노래같이 해달라고 난 기도해 난 오직 너만이와 행복하게 살 수가 있어
좋아.
모든 것이
좋아.
좋아 다 좋아요
다 좋아요.
네
좋아.
좋습니다 좋아요 아주 좋습니다 You listening to BFM 좋습니다
Oh, I
Us
didn't
here in
want
the
that
stu-
song to end.
맞아요
좋아. We were
네.
just having a little chat about games, enjoying the 분위기.
그래서 다 좋아요 지금 다 좋습니다
Okay, let's get on with it.
Hopefully it's
7-Eleven.
joy for you listeners as well because we are enjoying your company
좋아.
we didn't give shout outs yet I think to our listeners and watchers on our
We
YouTube
did a little bit, but not really.
Yeah.
We've got 오겹살 조아님. 민수, are you recommending tonight's dinner menu? Beef?
beef it's
Yeah.
what's for dinner
It's what's for dinner.
it's what's for dinner
Yeah.
아니요,
who else?
I was trying to spell out BFM and I forgot. And I
Yeah.
was just thinking about dinner, so I spelled out beef.
Okay, that's good. Beef. Delicious.
네.
Meaty.
We have also Super Party Pooper님. What up, y'all?
What up, y'all?
Pooper님, what up?
Wheeler
What up to you?
Karma님 saying saying hello to everybody. Saying hello inside our Busan family. And then everybody else is talking to each other, and I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, I like how just, people on our YouTubes, they like are 소통행, communicating with one
Yeah.
another, right? Don't forget, we're here too.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
It's now 7:12 on the clock. You're tuned into Inside Out Busan on 90.5 and 103.3 FM. Welcome to BEFM. 부산영어방송입니다.
네, 반갑습니다. We have an update to give to our listeners, don't we?
We do indeed. We've got weather and Nuri.
Yes.
So first up, weather-wise, it's currently averaging 20 degrees Celsius here in Busan. Morning lows of 17, afternoon highs of 22. Rain is forecast in Busan from the early hours of tomorrow. It will be mostly cloudy in the afternoon. 내일 부산은 오전에 비가 오겠습니다. 그래서 오후에는 흐리겠습니다. 네, 우산 챙겨가세요. And South Korea's Nuri space rocket successfully has separated So it's going through the second stage. It passed 300 kilometers above Earth. 누리호 고도 300km 통과했습니다.
네.
그래서 정상 비행 중입니다.
Good news, right? We like to hear that. Let's see what the traffic is looking like. Congestion on Puam overpass from Chinyang Junction going towards Yeonji three-way intersection. Also on Hakgamdero from Sasangu Office Junction going towards Hakjang Junction. And then slow-moving traffic on Yeonsuro from Mangmi Junction going towards Suyong Junction. 모두 다
Drive safe.
안전 운전하세요.
안전운전. Yes, we've got lots of people texting in, and we're going to keep you updated with any more Nuri information that we have. But of course, you can check it out yourself on the internet or anywhere else you want to find it. But it looks good for now. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Hoping for the best, because this is going to really steer, I feel like, our country's space industry in a very, very bright future, bright direction.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it is. Well, you know what else is exciting?
What?
It's Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
You know what that means?
It's almost the weekend.
That and...
Oh, me time.
There you go.
Wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah.
Let's make sure we keep this.
Wah, wah, wah.
This background music, this intro to your segment.
You like that?
So chill. So
It's
chill.
so good. It's so good. And then I come in with the mouth trumpet. Wah, wah, wah.
A little early,
Doesn't
but
sound good.
맞아요.
Doesn't sound good. Anyway, welcome to Me Time. Me Time is the segment I do every Thursday where not only do I tell you what you should do with your life, I show you what you should do with your life. Because now we are live on
맞아요.
YouTube, so you can see me doing all the things that I've been just telling you to do. Now you can 따라해보세요. You can follow along at home.
Yeah. Now you got to back up your talk, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But actually, I do, because for the past 10 years, my hobby, which then turned into another career,
There we go.
has been all about health and wellness. So, yes.
Aren't you a health and wellness professional, Laura?
Some would say.
Who has her own center?
I do have my own center here in Centum, actually, just next door to BEFM Studios.
So she's legit, everybody. She is a legitimate health professional.
I am. Although I feel like it's the same thing with Dr. Liu. Well, like, we have to have this thing. It's like I am an actual person. I do actually have like the 자격증 and the qualifications. I'm not just like some sagikun running around going, hey, you should do this with your back. No.
Well, let's hear you out first, and then we'll be the judge afterwards.
Not me. Okay. So, do you know what I need to do, first of all? I need to get my chair and everything into position, because today I want to talk about something that is inflicting a lot of people all across the world. Turtlenecks.
Sweaters?
I knew you were going to say that. Yes. No, not sweaters. Turtleneck sweaters are nice, but no, that's not what I'm talking about. Turtlenecks as in the posture that what happens to people. So let me just show you. If you don't know what a turtleneck is, you could be kind of like this.
Oh. Like a slouch, right?
Yeah. It's so easy to sit like this, though.
Yeah. Because it's gravity.
Yeah. It looks like a turtle coming out of its shell. So basically, it's characterized by, if you're looking at YouTube just now, look at my vein popping out my neck. Oh my God. Let's hide that. So your chin is pushing forward, your neck is pushing forward, your shoulders are rolling forward, and the top of your back is slouched. So your upper back is slouched. It's really bad for you, actually, but a lot of people who work at desks daily and other people who, maybe study a lot or whatever, they kind of develop this turtleneck syndrome by just kind of not paying attention to their posture or being tired at their desk, or, it could be many things. Do you do it?
I find myself doing it a lot of times. And, either my wife would tell me not to slouch, or I feel my lower back hurting. I was like, oh, that's right. It's because of the position I'm in. And I kind of straighten myself up. But, gravity doing its work, and I like slowly go back into that position.
Yeah.
So I always have to be conscious of not to do it.
Yeah.
So it's not a natural thing for me.
So, yeah, that's the thing. Because a lot of people, especially if you're concentrating, what can happen is you're typing and then suddenly you start to get tired and so
맞아.
you end up like this. And the problem is, it's really, it's just bad for a few reasons. But basically, when you do this, you're pulling forward. So everything is tengyo. Everything is getting tengyo. So one of the reasons that it could be is that you have, maybe short hamstrings. So sitting down with your arms, with your legs bent and stuff, it can shorten the hamstrings, and then you pull around on the back, and so everything just kind of tugs each other. It's not a reason for turtleneck, short hamstrings, but if you do things like sitting for a long time without getting up, without having a break, or if you have a really bad chair. So if you're sitting on a stool for a long time and you're just kind of, you
With
don't
no
have
back
any
support. Yeah.
you might have weak muscles, like weak postural muscles. So it could be the muscles in your back, across the top of your back, or your bottom of your back, neck, whatever. Repetitive movement as well can also trigger turtleneck syndromes. Anyway, it can lead to so many things. Discomfort is the number one. Pain, also muscle imbalance, and potential long-term issues if it's not addressed. And also, it just doesn't feel good.
Yeah. It's something that we all. I'm not saying everybody, because there are some people that have excellent posture. But if you, like Laura said, work behind, a desk in front of a computer most of the day, this is something that does affect you, or you are at risk of.
Yeah. Yeah. So today I'm going to do some exercises that can help you if you sit at a desk all day. It's not necessarily to stop you from getting turtleneck, but it might if you do it regularly. These exercises and I guess just these things that you can do, they can help you be mindful of your posture, which is very important, and they can help your health in general. So things like muscle strength, flexibility, postural alignment, so where your body is, and putting these into your routine can help you just have an easier, feel good in your body. The body's supposed to feel good.
Yeah. And if you're going to talk about our anatomy, of course, we have Dr. Liu on our YouTube chiming in. Forward neck syndrome. That sounds like the scientific term for it.
Right
and he
up
says,
my alley.
right up my alley. And everybody waving a hi to Dr. Liu on our YouTube.
I love it.
So we have a doctor listening in too,
Yeah.
Laura. Yeah.
So the first one I want to do is one of my favorites. Actually, I borrowed this from one of our interns.
Oh, yeah.
So this is not ideal, actually, because it's an elastic band. So what I would say, if you're following along at home, or if you're following along on Notubu, and it's safe to do so, get a belt or a yoga strap, or like the belt from your, what do you call it, house coat? Dressing gown? Something that's long enough for you to grab and that you can lift over your head.
Or nunchucks if you're a ninja.
No, not nunchucks.
Okay, sorry.
Not appropriate. Okay, so I'm going to sit back a little bit because I need to reach out. So what I'm going to do, Minsu,
Yes.
I'm going to do it first to show you, and then I'm going to give this to you, and you're going to do it.
Okay.
Okay? Most important thing, what you want to do is grab either end of whatever you have, whether it's a belt or a strap or like a band thing, and you want to keep your arms straight. So don't be bending your arms, because that's going to reduce the impact. What we do is we inhale, we raise our arms above our head like Manse. We want to keep our shoulders down, so you can see my shoulders and my ears still have a nice piece of space. You don't want to be like lifting your shoulders up to your ears. So keep your shoulders down, and then what you do is you keep your arms straight, and then you squeeze your shoulder blades behind you.
Ooh, that
So
sounds
you're
like
squeezing them together, and
I
you're
might hear a
allowing
pop.
No, and you're bringing your arms down.
Oh.
But again, you're not bending, so you're not doing this. You got to be straight, okay? So arms are straight forward and back. This is really good for opening up the shoulders, opening up the chest muscles. When you open up the chest, you also give yourself more space to breathe. And we learned breathing is important,
Yeah.
boys and girls. Breathing is the most important thing, but for optimal breathing.
It
to
lets
help
you live.
Yeah,
Mhm.
to help you stay alert.
Sure.
Because if you don't have enough good breaths, then you'll feel tired. That's why you end up yawning. So Minsu's going to do it for us. Now, make sure you keep your arms straight. Okay, so inhale, hands come straight up. Usually in yoga, we inhale on the up movement, exhale on the down. And keep your arms straight, don't bend, and take them all the way back behind you.
Wait.
Squeeze your shoulder blades together as if you're trying to pinch a penny.
Okay. Like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are they straight? Are my arms straight? I can't tell.
Well, yeah, they're pretty straight. Okay, inhale, come up. Okay, I can see that's a struggle for you.
Oh, yeah, it's because I feel like I have to like stretch this out.
Just let it happen naturally. Just hold on and let it happen naturally. So you want to keep those arms straight. So bring them back down. Then inhale, they come up. Make sure your shoulders are not going up towards your ears. So I can see you're bending your elbow there at the other side.
I can't see myself. Why do I feel like I'm being judged right now?
Because you are. And so we're bringing the arms, keeping them straight, bringing them forward. And what you want to do is...
I'm sorry, I just read 오겹살 좋아하는 이팀 beef with minsu, great combination.
And noodles. And so you want to keep doing this. I would say maybe about 20 repetitions.
20 of these.
And you can do it in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. This is something that I would recommend to every person, provided you don't have any shoulder injury. And even if you do, you can do this very gently. Now, what you don't want to be worrying about is how wide you need to hold your strap or your belt.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Who cares, right? So what you want to do is lift up, bring it down the back. You're squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift it back up, and then bring it back down to the front. And this will strengthen your shoulders.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll open you up. It's really good for flexibility, but also very good for strength as well. It will strengthen the shoulders.
Oh, this is something simple you could do at home.
It's nice. So that's my favorite shoulder movement. I love that. The next one is for your neck. Okay, so you want to sit straight or stand straight with your shoulders relaxed. You want to tilt your head to your right, which will bring your right ear closer to your right shoulder. You can stay here, and you'll feel the stretch along the left side of your neck. And you can lift your head back up and then do the opposite side. Simple, right? Super simple. Another one that you can do if you want to, so that's step one. Step two would be to take your right hand, place it across to the left ear, and then you want to use your right arm to help you with this little stretch. So you can pull your head a little bit further down to the right.
This is like my daughter trying to get me out of bed in the morning. Appa, come on, buddy.
And then you would do it on the opposite side. Or, this is one of my favorite ones. What you need to do is interlace your fingers behind your back. So you want to interlace your
The
fingers.
ghost of Studio B is doing the stretches along with Laura.
It looks like this.
It might be a little tough for the ghost.
You want to interlace your fingers behind your back. And then what you want to do is you want to bring both hands round to the right. So what that looks like here, if you can see it on the camera, you're interlacing and you're holding your hands, but you're bringing both hands around to the right. So it'll probably be sitting on your waist or next to your waist. Okay, so you might feel a stretch down your left arm.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I feel
okay,
it.
so from here, you simply, again, want to tilt your ear or tilt your head off to the right.
Ooh.
You feel that?
Yeah.
That's
I
a
feel
nice
this.
one, right? Yeah.
I feel this one for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I feel it more than the head grab and the tilt.
Yeah, of course, because this is because what you're doing is you're pulling this side of your body, the left side of your body, towards the right, and then you're countering that again with the neck stretch. At this time of night, my English is bad.
This is nice.
I can't talk.
See, you guys had to let me off with the baklava and the balaclava.
Yeah.
Right? This is karma coming
That
back
was
to you
6
guys.
o'clock. Right, and then what you want to do is do it the other side. So you want to keep your hands interlaced, fingers interlaced, and you want to send your arms around to the left waist, or the left hip. And this little left arm is just like a flappy chicken wing. There should be no tension in here. Yeah. And what you want to do, drop your ear down towards your left shoulder. Don't bring the shoulder up to meet the ear. Just let your shoulder be relaxed. And you might feel that down the neck. You might feel it down... What's Dr. New saying? You want to have... you might feel it down the top of your shoulder. You might feel it down your arm. You might feel it down... I don't know, the back of the arm, the front of the arm. Remember, left and right sides are always different.
Yeah. I think Dr. Yu is giving me a warning. He says, wreck your shoulder and get it dislocated. I bet you would have the world's best flexible or rather flaccid shoulder joint or upper arm.
Yeah,
Dr.
don't do
Yu,
that.
are you trying to make our shoulders be dislocated?
No. No, he's just giving us a 경고.
A warning. A warning. There you
Just
go.
a warning.
Okay.
And then once you've done that, once you've stretched out your neck and your shoulders, what you should do is give yourself a little hug and grab each shoulder with your hands and just kind of round the spine and give yourself a little cuddle because you want to go the opposite way. So the body always works in circles and works in opposites. So you do one thing to open up, you should also close it back up.
수고했어.
Not bad, right? Not bad. This one, we're going to do this again. So we're going to interlace our fingers. And we're going to push our palms up towards the sky. Very simply. And then when we get up the top, we drop our shoulders. So we drop it. So we're not like stuffing our ears up.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're here. And then we just gently push the hands backwards.
Ooh.
There we go.
Ooh.
Okay, inhale, push the palms up. Exhale, send the arms back. Ah, feels nice, huh?
Yeah, I feel that like right under my bicep.
Yeah.
Where my bicep should be.
And then you can bring it down again. This is another good one. Interlace your fingers. And you want to round your spine and put the chin down to the chest. So this is a really nice one. And you're stretching out the spine. So you're not stretching out the spine, I guess. But you're pulling everything forward
Yeah.
after you've pushed everything back.
여러분도 혹시 유튜브에 들어올 수 있으면 같이 해봅시다. 네, it's a very visual me time today. 그래서 여러분 유튜브에 와서 보면서 같이 따라 해봐요. 날 따라 해봐요.
Here's another one. It's super simple. Chin tilts. So all you want to do is send your chin towards the chest. That might be really difficult in the morning time. A bit easier in the evening time, but you can do it like this. Just send the chin down. So what you don't want to do is like, because that's turtleneck. What you want to do when you're thinking about chin tilts is you want to just slightly move the head backwards and tuck the chin down towards the chest. So imagine you're like rolling, your head is there and you're like, zoop, and you're rolling down.
Yeah.
So that's a really good one. If you want to make it more intense, you can put your hands behind your back.
And then push it down?
And then, well, don't push it down, but just give it a little pressure.
A shove.
Give it a little pressure. And then what you can do is also bring your chin up. You can head circle, that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah.
It's important.
And so all these, because of turtleneck, or according to Dr. Yu, forward neck syndrome is affecting many, many people that are, I don't know, stuck, just like I said, in front of a monitor, behind your desk. Yeah, and let gravity do your thing.
Yeah.
This is definitely something that you could do, I think, right at your desk.
At your
right
desk.
At your chair.
At your desk. And another one to do is just mindfulness. And this isn't an actual physical exercise, but it's an exercise where you just kind of keep in mind about your posture. And what I like to do is whenever I'm teaching someone to adjust their posture so that they're kind of all stacked, you want to think about your body as it's like stacked on top of each other. So the shoulders are stacked on top of the hips. So we're not like this.
Yeah.
You know, so we're fully balanced. And what I would say is imagine there's a string at the top of your head. And the string is gently just pulling you up. And then imagine there's a string attached to your belly button. And the string on the belly button is getting pulled slightly forward. So that gives you a little extra lift. And whenever you think about your posture or whenever you think about your body at work, whenever it pops up, just check. Give yourself a posture check and think, okay, am I sitting well? Am I sitting comfortably? And you can also feel it if you're on your sit bones.
Mm-hmm.
So your sit bones are the two bones in your butt.
Yeah.
So when you're sitting down, that's why they call it sit bones. When you're sitting down, if you can feel the bones going into the chair this way, then that's good. If they start to like tilt backwards,
Ooh,
then
doesn't sound good.
you know that you should probably check your posture.
Mm.
And also make sure your monitor is at eye level. Make sure that your chair supports your lower back.
Mm-hmm.
Your keyboard and mouse are at a comfortable height. You know, you're not like this. Standing desks also really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of desks, have you seen those ones where you kind of like, it's like a 360-degree like workspace?
Mega desk.
Like mega desk, as some people refer to it. But it's basically you're sitting in this sphere almost, and you just have everything that you need around you to do your work. So you're basically almost like sometimes you lie down to look at the screen or the monitor while you're working. And then you could like kind of change like how the back of the chair is supporting you so that you could sit up and then access, I don't know, like other stuff. So this is, I guess, for like the super like workers. I don't know necessarily rich. Maybe like you do need everything in front of you, right? Various monitors, phones, keyboards, machines, and whatnot. So I bet you those people don't have turtleneck.
Well, they probably got other things.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I could see myself being very, very comfortable in
I
something
would
like
be.
that.
I'm very lazy. That's the thing. But make sure that when you are at work, please do stand up and walk around. Movement is life. If you don't move, then you're going to end up getting all sticky and painful, and your muscles will atrophy. So move. You don't need to be jumping around, but just keep your body, you know, active.
Yeah. Name of the game.
Name of the game. We've got Dr. Liu texting in, tuck your tuck. 맞아요.
We're supposed to only have 아재 개그 once a week with Dr. Liu every Tuesday, but he found a loophole.
You found a loophole.
It seems like.
On the internet.
right?
I love it.
And he now can deliver his 아재 개그 on this, because we have to read it if he puts it there.
Yeah.
Right?
Jang Hyo-won-nim texting in saying standing desk is good.
You know what I've seen people do with standing desks? Put like a walking machine / running machine
Yeah.
on the bottom, and you just at a stroll pace. So it's not that hard. You're strolling, so you're not out of breath, and they're doing their work.
Yeah.
I think that's like the smartest thing.
That's so cool.
Because if you're like exercising, if exercising is your thing, like you wanna, you know, and you do it while you're working. Oh, isn't that like the most efficient thing ever?
Yeah.
Yeah. We also have Wheeler Karmanim.
Yeah, where?
Also chiming in, saying 뭐 먹으면서 따라하지 마세요. 아, 딱 먹다 고개 숙이다 목에 떡 걸렸어요. 오, 먹으면서 하면 그쵸. 왜냐면 you know, it looks like Wheeler Karma님 was doing the stretches while they were eating 떡. So because I don't know, they were like tilting their neck to the side or you know, tilting their neck forward. 목에 걸렸대요.
I said if it's safe to do so, Wheeler Karma님.
네. Wheeler Karma님 큰일 날 뻔했네요. 그래서
But I'm glad that you lived to send us a message to
Yeah.
tell us about it.
네. 그래서
조심해야지.
warning. Yeah, don't do other stuff while you're doing
No.
the exercises and the stretches that Laura's teaching you.
But you know,
이거 큰일 날 뻔했네.
make sure you remember your spine is designed to move around. So your spine, you know, flexion, extension.
네.
You've got lateral flexion and circles. So just make sure that, you know, whatever you're doing with your body, you're
네.
twisting, my favorite twist. Ready?
Hey, let's twist again.
Warning.
Like we did
Watch
last
this.
summer.
Watch this stretch. So I've got my legs crossed.
네.
And then what I do is I just turn my body around.
Ooh. I heard that. I don't know if our listeners heard that.
너무 좋다.
Wheeler Karma님 떡 내리세요. 이거 따라 하려면 떡 내리세요. 네, 드시지 말고. Oh, I heard that.
Yeah.
네. We have Wheeler Karma님,
Feels so
Wheeler
good.
Karma님 chiming in. 하나에만 집중해야겠어요. 네. 떡은 일단 내려놓으세요.
네.
네.
좋다. 시원하다.
그쵸. Well, for some reason, the sides of my neck and my shoulders feel very refreshed.
Well, that's why.
Right? Get the good stretches in.
You're welcome.
So today's Me Time covering turtleneck. Not the sweater that I was thinking, but forward neck syndrome,
Yes.
the scientific term as Dr. D referred to it as. Yeah, we all are at risk of it.
We are all at risk of
all
it.
at risk. I saw a wabbit. But yeah, try to do these stretches. Keep in mind,
Yes.
if you, I guess, as Laura said, not get rid of your turtleneck right away, but it does help.
It does help,
Alleviate the
absolutely.
discomfort. Thank you.
And feel good in your own body, and I'll be back next week.
수고했습니다.
수고했습니다.
감사합니다.
Thank you. All right.
선생님.
This is my song request. Turn by Travis.
I want to see what people saw. I want to feel like I felt before. I'd like to see the kingdom come. I want to feel forever young. I want to sing myself. I want to live in a world where I belong. I want to live, I will survive, and I believe that it won't be very long. If we turn, stars up in the sky, and what's the moon? A big balloon. We'll never know unless we grow. There's so much world outside the door. I want to sing my song. I want to live in a world where I'll be strong. I want to live, I will survive, and I believe that it won't be very long.
푸짐한 선물을 원하십니까? 인사이드 부산이 준비한 소중한 선물. Full course meal voucher from Golden Lizzie, a gourmet restaurant in 거제동 and 연산동, where you can taste cuisine from Michelin Guide featured Chef Kim. 미슐랭 셰프의 파인 레스토랑 골든 리지에서 10만 원 외식 상품권. 런지 10세트. A place to entertain your brain and eyes. Museum of Illusions. 당신의 눈과 뇌를 즐겁게 하는 곳. 뮤지엄 오브 일루전 부산 착시미술관 입장권. 회원님 끝까지 집중하셔야 돼요. 언제나 마시는 커피를 신선하게 만드는 양산에 위치한 Into Roastery. Coffee voucher and a pack. Of fresh coffee whole beans. Sponsored by Into Roastery in 양산. 운동 중인데 향이 좋네요. 자, 회원님 다음 암풀다운 핫돌. A delicious meal voucher from Gorilla Brewing Busan. 광안 branch, the leader of Korean handmade beer culture. 자, 수제 맥주 전문점 고릴라 브루잉 부산에서 제공하는 식사권. 자, 회원님 마지막 덤벨 85kg. We prepare admission tickets for the Busan X the Sky Top Floor Observatory, which is located at LCT in Haeundae, the highest place in Busan. 끝까지 해야 됩니다. 끝까지. 자, 부산 대표 랜드마크 해운대 LCT에 위치한 하늘 위의 바다 부산 X the Sky 전망대 입장권을 선물로 드립니다. 회원님 수고하셨습니다. 네, 재밌는 방송 IOB와 함께 선물은 덤으로 지금 바로 참여하세요. 후하 후하.
It's time for 호기심 천국.
호기심 천국 시간입니다.
Yeah.
My turn today.
Yes.
I brought you my 호기심, or I brought
What
our
is your
listeners.
호기심?
So this is, I was inspired by our talk yesterday. As well today, news of beaches opening up, right? So a lot of people looking forward to going swimming. Wait, what did we talk about yesterday when it came to the beach and the ocean? Something was brought up.
Sea snot.
Yeah, there we go. So a lot of things about the ocean these
You were
days.
inspired by sea snot.
I was inspired by sea snot
Great.
and the talk of swimming and the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay, today. So this is actually a question that I'm sure a lot of parents and teachers get from your kids and students that you go, ask your mom or ask your dad or ask your teacher. They kind of toss it to the next person.
Yeah.
Why is ocean water salty?
Why
is it salty? Let's listen to today's clip.
We didn't know why the ocean was salty, how it got its chemistry, until fairly recently. Children would ask you, why is the ocean salty? And we'd say, next question. We thought in the early days that it was the rivers. They were the obvious culprits bringing all this stuff in. But the chemistry of the world's oceans is not equal to the chemistry of the rivers coming into it. We didn't know until 1979. We were driving along the East Pacific Rise, and there was a black smoker in front of us. We call it a black smoker because it looks like black smoke, but it's not. It's microcrystals of minerals. So we discovered when we found the black smokers that the entire volume of the world's oceans is going inside the earth and out every 6 to 8 million years. And it's taking some of the chemicals it gets from rivers and it's trading them for new chemicals. And this is occurring all along the mid-ocean ridge that stretches around the planet like the seam of a baseball. And there are tens of thousands of magma chambers down there, and the water's getting to them. And that's how we get the chemistry of the world's ocean. And we didn't know that.
I love that music.
Yeah. So that clip comes from, I want to say, a company that might have some of the biggest 호기심s in the world, National Geographic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So to, I guess, explain it to our listeners as, I was a 5-year-old, to put it simply, the salt of our ocean it wasn't originally there. The salt of our ocean, over the course of millions and millions of years, they come from our lands and the river.
Interesting.
Yeah. So he mentioned something called black smokers. And it's not something that you find on land. It's something that's deep in the ocean. So because it comes from a video clip, to give you a little visual, right? Imagine just billows of smoke that you would see on land. They're happening in our deep waters. So what that is in deep ocean trenches, the water will be sucked into, deep layers of the earth. And it goes through a course, and it would deposit minerals from our rivers and our lands into these layers under the earth, and they would substitute for new layers, and that would come up. So those minerals are carried back up from the underneath deep layers of our earth, and that's why it's like black smoke being blasted into the ocean. And they have these smoke blowers in very many places in our deep trenches in our oceans around the world. And that black smoke is the cause for the minerals and the saltiness of our waters, right? So, because I thought this as a kid, why is ocean water salty?
Yeah.
Right? As an adult, never thought about it until, you have your kids or students bring it up. Because these days, a lot of students are going to the beaches for just a field trip, right? My daughter goes to the Kwangali Beach twice a month these days because the weather's so nice and willing, right? And yeah, because the beaches will be semi-open soon, and a lot of you are going to go. A lot of you are going to realize I'm not a great swimmer and suck up some of that seawater into your nose and your mouth and go, oh, this is very salty.
Oh, it stings, man. It's terrible.
Yeah. And this also kind of got me curious. Can you swim in the ocean without goggles?
I have done, but I can't open my eyes underwater. I mean, I've done that too. But
what about in a swimming pool?
Yes.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried it in the ocean?
I think I've probably done it by mistake.
By accident, right? And you probably have realized, wow, that stings more than how if I were to open my eyes in a swimming pool, right? So that's because of the salt content, salt levels in the ocean. So actually, scientists recommend if you go swimming in the ocean, do not go bare eyes. So always have goggles.
Such a random way to say that.
Because they don't advise it without going in without goggles because the ocean's salt water can burn your eyes as well as your cornea.
Oh, gosh.
That's why it stings so much when you open your eyes underwater on the beaches. Yeah, so that's also something to think about when you're going. And also, because there's so much salt in our oceans, when you come out, it's also important to wipe off the water. Because if you leave it on there, that means you're leaving the salt on there. And salt can super dry out your skin.
Yeah, but the minerals in ocean water are really good for you.
Oh, yeah. So, while you're in it, it's good. But then if you, let's say you come outside and, your mom's saying, okay, picnic time, you're eating on the beach.
Nice.
And then you're under the sun.
What did she make?
She made some ham and cheese sandwich.
Chicken.
And potato salad and some macaroni,
nice.
right? And you're eating it, and then, I'm going to rest a few before going back in the water. And then you notice on your skin, it's all dried up, and there's all these white powder everywhere.
Yeah.
That's obviously the salt that's left
then
over
you
from
lick
the
your
ocean. And then it's super salty, right?
I love that.
Yeah, but if you keep the salt on your skin, that also tends to dry out your skin a little faster, right? So they do recommend you wipe down or you dry off before if you're going to stay outside.
I never dry off. I never wipe down. I let the sun do it for me. I toast myself. I'm seawater crusted for the duration of my time at the beach.
It doesn't sound very pleasing, image wise.
But it's see if I go somewhere and I usually, so if I don't have to wear shoes, it's great. I don't like wearing shoes. I love shoes, but I just want to get my feet connected to the earth. So if I'm walking around outside and I get my feet completely dirty, I don't want to wash that off.
Oh yeah.
I want to get all the dirt. There's so many wonderfully healthy things that are in sand and seawater and mud and all of these things. So I want to get them on my body.
Minerals
as much as
in our
possible.
body, on our body, and in our body also is very important, right? So yeah, something to keep in mind as a lot of you do plan to head to the beaches, right? Very, very soon. That was today's 호기심 천국.
Yeah. Thank you for that 호기심.
You are welcome.
I'm also 호기심 about 누리호.
Yes, we do have breaking news. 누리호 3차 발사 성공했대요. This is official news. We also have on our YouTube Wheeler Karma님 saying 대박 누리호 3차 발사 성공이라네요. 축하 진짜
축하드립니다.
to
대한민국 짜장면 빼기.
I don't think that's how the song goes.
That's not it.
네.
That's wrong.
Thank you to all of our listeners hanging out with us today. That'll be it for today's show.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are going to play a song. 이성표님 asked for a little bit of Tina Turner, Proud Mary, because she sadly passed away at the age of 83.
Today,
so,
right?
So a fantastic artist, a woman who shaped music over the past, I guess, 70 years?
Yeah. A long
Fantastic.
time, right?
So Proud Mary by Tina Turner. Today's show produced by Cho Yoon-jin, written by Im Soo-jin, hosted by Laura McCluskey.
And Min Soo-shin, we also do want to let 7035님 know you are a gift receiver today. 축하드립니다. 7035님. We'll get in touch.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Rough.
Proud Mary,
It's the way we do.
keep on burning.
Proud Mary. And we're rolling. Rolling. Rolling on the river. Listen to the story. Left a good job
Down
in the city, working for the man every night and day. And I never lost 1 minute of sleep.
And I was
Worrying about the way that things might have been.
You know that
Big wheel keep on turning. Proud Mary keep on burning. And we're rolling, rolling, yeah, rolling on the river. The river cleaned a lot of plates in Memphis. I pumped a lot of change down in New Orleans, but I never saw the good side of the city until I hitched a ride on the riverboat queen. Big wheel keep on turning. Proud Mary keep on burning. And we're rolling, rolling, yeah, rolling on the river. Say we're rolling, rolling, yeah.
부산을 한 장의 사진에 담는다면 어디로 가야 할까요? 꼬꼬마 시절 이때만큼은 세상을 내려다보며 꿈을 키웠고 용돈을 모아 산 사진기는 아직도 서랍 속에 있습니다.